Ooh, it's Thriller by Michael Jackson time. I thought I'd just do a lesson on the main drum beat that occurs throughout the song. By the way, I'm Rob from Drums a Word. You can find the free PDF for this lesson on my website. I've got a link beneath this video. While you're there, you might also want to consider signing up to become a member at drumsaword.com, where you get access to all of my lessons. That's hundreds of full song lessons, plus the full song PDF drum charts. You get an annual subscription, you get access to all that stuff, plus every single new release that I record and release over the year of your subscription. So please do check that out. Now, let's crack on with the actual lesson. So I've got to get some excuses and some apologies out of the way first, because this drum beat was actually recorded on a computer. It's actually an electronic drum part, not played by a real drummer, an acoustic drummer. It wasn't recorded in the studio, for example, it was programmed. So replicating the exact feel of that drum beat is really difficult. I found this very, very hard to replicate it, and I've got an electric drum kit, so it should sound kind of similar. But yeah, trying to replicate that electronic feel, perfect 16th notes positioning for a real drummer, human drummer, is really difficult, especially for me. I'm sure there's loads out there that could do it, but I can't. So apologies out front. It's not going to sound exactly the same, but the notes are there. The feel is something that you've got to work on yourself and experiment with. So the drum beat is a 2-bar drum beat. We've got a disco bass drum, snare drum pattern occurring. 4 on the floor, so 4 bass drum notes on 1, 2, 3 and 4 the beat, and snare drum 1, 2 and 4, and you've got your disco beats, your dance beat, whatever you want to call it. Now on top of that, we added some extra 16th notes on the hi-hat. And you've got 2 options. You can play as double-handed, as I'll be showing you later on. This is my preferred version of doing it. Or if you're really hardcore, you can play a single-handed version. And if you can do that throughout the entire 4 or 5 minute song without your right hand falling off, then you're a better drummer than me. But it's worth having a go at. So the single-hand version, the first bar, we've got extra hi-hats on and 3 and 4. Notice every time it's always and something, either and 3 and 4, and in the second bar, as we'll see in a moment, it goes and 1. But for the first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 4. That's tempo, 120 BPM. So that's the first bar. The second bar, it's exactly the same, except we had a little extra and 1 at the end as well. So we've got 3 of these in that bar. So that bar sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Very subtle difference between the 2 bars. We just got some extra hi-hat notes in the second bar. Put the 2 bars together, we get this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Now that's quite a lot of right hand work. So like I said earlier on, I prefer to play it as a double-handed pattern. And this is the second example I've got on the page for you. This is my preferred way of doing it. We're not going to be playing hi-hat notes on snare drum when we've got the and thing going. You've got to just accept that's not going to be you're not about to play those extra hi-hat notes on beat 4 of the first bar and on beat 4 of the second bar, because you can't play right, left, both. You're playing right, left, right. So leave out the open hi-hats for now. Let's just look at the sticking. The first bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now don't get thrown off by my quirky way I play. My hi-hat's over here, your hi-hat will probably be over here. You'll be going right, left, right normally. I have to go right, left, right, sort of go underneath my own arm. This is the price I pay for having a weird foot set up. My hi-hat's over here. So when I'm doing double-handed beats, I've got to be really careful not to crack my thumb, which I've done a million times because I'm always crossing over under. Anyway, so again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Right, left, right, right, left, right. So it's right, left, and the snare drum on 4. Second bar exactly the same, except the little right, left, right at the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So now we can go back and we add in the hardest part of this groove, is the open hi-hat on the 16th notes of beat 3 in bar 1 and the of beat 3 and the of beat 4 in bar 2. So those open hi-hat notes are going to come down with the left hand when we play the right, left, right version. Right, left, just before that snare drum on 4. So let's take a look at the first bar. We've only got 1 hi-hat opening on the of beat 3. From beat 3 we play right, right, left, right with the open hi-hats, right, right, left, right. It's not and 4, which I want to play all the time. It's not. It's harder. You put it on the So it's a really, well, I think it's tricky. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't practiced these kind of beats in the past. But if we try and play that first bar correctly, and I'll probably muck it up a couple of times. Listen out for the occasional times I probably accidentally play and instead of just the on the open hi-hat. Here we go. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. That happens a lot with me. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3. So there's the first bar. The second bar is exactly the same, except we've got that extra open hi-hat at the very end of the bar, in the same position of the beat on the beat 4, but at the end of the bar. So 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. So the two bars together. Now, on top of all of that, there's also a slight swing to it. They programmed in a slight swing. I won't go into too much details. It's just a subject that's a little bit too complicated for a short little video like this. But the more advanced drummers will perhaps notice that it doesn't feel right or sound right because the 16th notes are slightly swung. So instead of playing 1 and 2 and a 3, you're not playing it this swung, but it's sort of in between. See, that's too swung. That sounds wrong. It's just a programmed thing, but it's slightly swung, giving it that extra cool kind of feel. So you've got the option of playing either way, 1 and 2 and a 3, which I can't do, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to do any more. But the other hand version, the double hand version, which you will sacrifice the hi-hat on beat 4 of both bars, but who's going to notice that? It's on the recording, but if you want to be able to play it for 4.5 minutes, however long the song is, then you've got to find a way to make it easy for yourself. And doing with all those open hi-hat notes, that's a tricky one. So there you go. Don't forget to download the free PDF. Don't forget to check out my website and my subscription offer. A year's worth of lessons, plus all the new stuff. I'm very, very proud and excited about it. I'm sure you're going to love it too. So please do check that out. Got any questions, you can email me, usual places, Facebook, Twitter, even Google Plus if you're a part of that. But wherever I see you or talk to you next, happy drumming to you, and I hope to see you soon. Till a bit.